off of a turducken. If you ever heard of a turducken, it's a specialty meat that you can get. It's traditionally from Louisiana, and it is a turkey stuffed with a duck, stuffed with a chicken, and then it has some stuffing inside of it. They're pretty expensive to get for yourself. We're going to do an economy version of one of those here at Sweet Life Sauce Company using some of our grilling rubs and sauces. We're going to start out with a turkey breast. And we got a turkey breast right here that we're going to debone, and we're going to pound that out here in a little bit. We have some chicken thighs. We're going to debone those and use those. We have some bacon. We have a duck breast from, these are from Maple Leaf Farms. They're a really great company here in the United States and Canada that processes duck. I got a beautiful piece of duck meat, a boneless duck breast from Maple Leaf Farms. We're going to stuff it with sweet Vidalia onion, as well as a little bit of we're going to stuff it with a little bit of squash as well, along with the onion to go along with it. So these are the raw ingredients. All in, we're about 20 bucks for everything that you see right here. We're going to start out just by deboning the turkey breast that we have here. I've deboned about 3 just chicken thighs that I'm going to use to lay into this recipe. I'm going to peel the skins off these and make sure the skin is gone. The next thing I'm going to prepare is the duck for this piece. Now, duck, as you know, has a lot of fat in it, so I'm actually going to peel the skin off of the duck and use that in concert with the bacon that you're going to see introduced into the recipe here in a little bit. But we're going to go with a nice clean duck breast here. Again, thanks to Maple Leaf Farms for a really, really great product. I'm going to place just a piece of butcher paper over the top of it. I'm just going to start working this out so I can spread this thing out. It's going to be about this big when it's all said and done, and that'll be the first step. It's about maybe a ½ inch thick or so. Just worked it with this mallet here, kind of spread it out. As I've done, it's incredibly tender. All right, now we're going to take the duck breast that we have here. We're going to lay this out. We're going to splay this out using the meat mallet, so it's got a nice thin consistency as well. And this is going to get laid on top of the turkey breast. We've got the duck breast all kind of laid out. We're going to lay this out on top of the turkey breast here. Just get it worked into the turkey breast there. All right, we're going to lay in the chicken thighs now. Again, I'm just going to work these out until they splay out and kind of thin up, and then we're going to lay these on top of this turkey breast. You see we've got these thighs kind of beat out. Again, I'm just laying them into this turkey and onto this duck. I'm going to just kind of meld them all together. We're just going to lay in some our no salt grilling rub from Symphony of Seasonings. Should be good. All right, next step, we're just going to chunk an onion. This is a Vidalia onion that we just picked up. I'm just going to chunk this up into, I don't know, 1-inch cubes or so. Just take an acorn squash, and I've just taken one of the halves here, and I'm going to lay some of these halves in here along with the chunked up onions that I've laid in here. All right, I've got the bacon laid out here on the foil, as you see. I'm just taking some of this duck fat and actually just laying it in and amongst the bacon as well. It'll help keep everything moist while this thing cooks on the grill. All right, bacon fat is laid out. The next step is to transfer the turkey and the other ingredients from this cutting board onto the bacon. Just kind of make sure it all gets set out, spread it out. Got the squash, we have the onions, the turkey's in there, we have the chicken thighs, the duck breast is in there. It's all kind of laid out. So the hard part is to start rolling this thing up on itself. So here we go. I'm going to start rolling this thing up on itself. hardest part about this is make sure you don't roll the foil all into it. It's like a giant Tootsie Roll. Once you get it all the way to the other side, tighten it up, grab the ends, spin them up, and we're getting ready to go on the grill. Starting to firm up, it's doing great. Not much to it, simple recipe. There it is, cooking up a little bit. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut the foil off of here so I can kind of open this thing up and allow this thing to start crisping up. We're looking for an internal temperature. I'll actually stick a meat thermometer in here. We're looking for an internal temperature of 165 to 175 degrees to make sure everything is cooked inside. But I'm just going to use a pair of scissors here and just start working on cutting some of the foil. You can see all the juices that are coming out. I'm not going to cut the foil all the way to the bottom, but I'm going to allow it to kind of still be kind of sitting in a boat of foil here so that it kind of holds in some of the juices still. The first thing I'm going to do here as we've gotten this foil peeled off of here is we're going to put a little bit more of the Symphony of Seasonings grilling rub on the top of this so that it starts to work with the flavors of the bacon as it starts to crisp up here in the next 40-45 minutes. So I'm just going to put a little bit more of the grilling rub on top here. And we're going to let this thing go again. Low heat. I'm actually going to turn off one of the burners on the grill and let this thing go for another 30-45 minutes. We're going to get a meat thermometer in it. Check it for doneness at about 165-170 degrees. Finish it up with some Sweet Life barbecue sauce. It's got an internal temperature of about 185 degrees, so I know that the turkey, the chicken, and the duck are at a point in time as far as the temperature goes that they're ready to kind of go. So I'm going to finish this thing up with some of our Spice of Life barbecue sauce. I'm just going to sprinkle some out over the top here and baste it on, just to let this thing kind of glaze up. Here we go. Just going to let this thing finish up here with a little bit of Spice of Life barbecue sauce from Sweet Life Sauce Company. Give that about 5 minutes and we'll be cutting this thing up. It's getting ready to come off the grill. It's been about 90 minutes or so, and I'm getting ready to pull it off. I'm going to pull the thermometer out first. It is ready to go, and I'm going to get it on this cutting board. We need to let this thing rest for a few minutes on the cutting board so it can kind of, you know, do what it needs to do and rest and get ready to go. And we'll cut this on a bias a little bit here in about 10 minutes or so. Man, this smells really good. Here's our poor man's Dave Ramsey $20 TurduckenOINK from Sweet Life Sauce Company. Our poor man's Dave Ramsey TurduckenOINK is done. It's rested. It's been about 10-15 minutes since it's been pulled off the grill. Man, I wish y'all could smell this. This is unbelievable. I'm just gonna cut this thing up into some probably about 1-inch slices or so. You can come on a little bit of a bias. Just show you how kind of awesome this recipe is. It is unbelievable. Really good. The squash is mixed in there, the onions are just perfect. All the different meats are perfect. It's juicy. And we're getting ready to enjoy.
Ah!